mysterious creature caught on camera is now the talk of the town in Berwick, Louisiana. And what is it?
Let's get the hell out of here.
From paranormal encounters to extraterrestrial beings lurking in the shadows.
There's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us, and it's still there.
And even the elusive mythical beings that defy logic.
What the hell was that?
Nothing escapes the range of these cameras.
Is that? What is it?
Oh! So, hang on to witness the insane encounters that got caught on camera and shocked the whole world.
Hey.
Trail cameras are notorious for capturing scary as well as downright terrifying creatures of the night, much like this one.
There's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us, and it's still there.
A skinny, skeletal figure was crouched low on the ground. Its twisted body was camouflaging with the shadows. But what was truly terrifying was its creepy face that looked hauntingly unnatural. And the creature looked like it was searching for something. And then, suddenly, something happened that made it react. After that, the creature left the area. What was it searching for? Tell us your thoughts down below. Scary figure. In Oklahoma, scary noises were often heard at night near the woods. Then, out of curiosity, a local went there and set up a trail camera to capture whatever unusual thing was making the noise. The next day, when he went there, he saw his camera was damaged. He barely managed to watch the camera footage and was shocked because it showed not an animal, but a scary humanoid figure. Its face was scary because it didn't have any eyes. From that day, the man never went to that forest again. White shadow creature. A creature was spotted drifting through the air and then going poof, like it wasn't even there. And had it not been for this trail camera, we may have never known about its existence. This ghostly appearance left everyone who saw it in awe and fear. It looked like it was entirely made up of white smoke, having no tangible body whatsoever. And that obviously spooked the heck out of everyone, making them wonder where this smoky creature came from. It dissolved into thin air, leaving behind questions and the eerie stillness of the night. What was this ethereal being? Tell us what you guys think about this one. Evil creature on roof. After feeling like something was on the roof of his house trying to break in, he went out to investigate, which turned out to be a huge mistake because of what he encountered. Scaling the roof of his home was some sort of an evil creature, which was definitely up to no good. In the dark backdrop of the night, its shadowy white figure was seen moving rather swiftly across the rooftop, making this evil creature even more creepy.
Hey.
It was a demonic entity that was looking for its target to either consume or possess, maybe even something worse. And this man came face to face with it and lived to tell the tale. Unknown creature in backyard. Two kids were playing in their backyard, enjoying their evening, when all of a sudden, the little girl went a bit far and ran into an unexpected visitor.
Dad, look at Carly!
Get up here, Carly!
With dark flowing hair and white skeletal body, this creature looked terrifying enough. The girl didn't seem to be bothered by it though, as she stood there while that thing touched her face, and then she recoiled and ran for dear life.
What the hell was that?
However, when they got back to the place, the creature wasn't there. It seemed like it had vanished into thin air. Whether it was a cryptid or something supernatural, no one knows. But one thing was clear. It left this household deeply unsettled. Goat monster. This next clip is bound to make you think twice before answering the door in the middle of the night. At first, it appeared to be just a human standing in the doorway, but it was no human, was it? It was the goat monster, with that distinctive goat head, and the way it moved, it showed it had intelligence. And it knew what it was doing, which made it all the more frightening. And then it did the unthinkable. It looked directly at the camera, staring right into it. So next time, maybe ask, or better yet watch, before opening that front door. You know. Flowing apparition. When dogs get uneasy, It means there is a great evil lurking nearby, which turned out to be true in this case. A flowing apparition was spotted hovering eerily on the side of the dark road, its translucent form swaying in the night air, and it would have remained unseen had this camera not captured it. And the fact that the stray dog started barking and became visibly uneasy in its presence. And as the figure flew close, the dogs recoiled, tails tucked, as if they had sensed something far beyond the natural. What was this hovering creature, and what did it want? These questions still remain unanswered. Mysterious Pokong. This man was driving down this dark road in the middle of the night when the headlights ended up revealing a chilling sight. The shrouded ghost stood motionless on the side of the road, as if it was waiting for him all along. Now this figure fits the description of the Indonesian Pokong, wrapped tightly in its burial cloth. One can't help but wonder, what was it doing out here? Or whether this ghostly spirit was here to deliver a message from the beyond. It was a good call that the driver didn't stop and kept going, cause who knows what might have happened if he did. Appalachian Forest Crawler. Another video of the Appalachian Mountains made rounds on the internet, and this time one of the trail cameras ended up capturing a truly terrifying sight. A white, shadowy creature with really long legs was seen passing through. But what was odd and creepy about it was the fact that it seemed to be walking on all fours. It looked like it was headed somewhere on a mission, or rather, it got tired walking on two legs and began walking like this. The origin of this creature and its intentions still remain unknown, but one thing was clear: it did not look friendly at all. Mischievous ghost. Had it not been for this CCTV, no one would have believed that the mess created in this room was the work of a ghostly presence. Initially, the room looked calm and quiet, but then one of the cabinets began shaking violently, as if being moved by an invisible hand. As soon as this noise quieted down, a cabinet flew open with the papers being scattered on the ground. Whatever this presence was, it definitely wanted its presence to be known. Why else would it resort to these mischievous tricks, right? Paranormal encounter. Even those skeptical of the supernatural cannot deny this clip. It is that scary. A figure draped in a flowing black robe, with a stark white face and eerie glowing eyes was caught on camera. It looked like an ancient being that has been levitating like this for centuries. Now, its unsettling presence has sparked many to wonder about its origins. Some believe it could be the Middle Eastern supernatural being called the Jinn. These Jinn are known to exist in a realm parallel to ours, and are capable of great power and mischief. The glowing eyes and ghostly expression certainly fit the description of this wicked entity. Ghostly Woman of Jungle. A spine-chilling sight has emerged from deep within the jungle in this next clip. A real ghost was captured on camera. The figure appears to be a woman in a white robe with her dark hair flowing about. Her eerie presence becomes even more ominous as she just stands there, fixed on the spot, as if waiting for something, or rather, someone. The question is whether this was indeed a true apparition or just another illusion. What do you guys think? CCTV spots ghosts. You have seen one ghost? How about 3 in a single capture? That's how it looked like in this CCTV footage. Honestly, I don't know what was more scary here. The red-dressed woman standing still or the white ghost behind her. Or the fact that there was another third entity lurking right beside them to the left. Too many scary things happening in one frame, making this one of a kind. She was eerily standing still, all alone at this time of the night. Creature on the roof. After feeling like someone or something was on the roof of this house, the owner checked their trail camera footage, and what they found shocked them to the core. There, in the faint glow of the night, They could see some sort of creature sitting atop the roof of their house, and then vanished after a while, like it wasn't even there at all. Was it another cryptid, or some supernatural being? And where did it come from? All these questions and no answers. Mischievous, supernatural beings. This man was filming from what appeared to be a hut, situated right in the middle of the forest. But then, he heard strange noises coming from behind the trees at night, and as he looked closer, he could see someone was hiding behind them. And then, in a strange turn of events, two little creatures that looked like they certainly didn't belong from this world came right out and threw something at the guy. Guess they weren't happy with him poking around this area of the woods. Had he intruded upon where these creatures lived? And the way they defended? Could there be more of them? All these questions and more still remain unanswered. Sewer monster. This man saw something come out of the tunnel, and his gaping mouth was proof enough that it was a terrifying one. Turns out it was a team of people that were trying to lure out the creature from there, which they successfully did. But what crawled out probably should have stayed inside. It was something truly nightmarish that seemed to mind the light being flashed on it. It howled and screamed coming out. I'm guessing as a warning to these people not to come any closer. By the sound of it, that was a good call. Two campers and Sasquatch. Two campers took a trip into the forest when their trip took a terrifying turn, and they ended up being harassed by a Sasquatch. While they did manage to record the creature up close, which was quite daring, I got to say, but the situation quickly escalated though, as the Sasquatch started following them relentlessly, forcing them to pack up their gear and flee the camping site. Eventually, they got to safety and away from it, but they would remember this encounter for the rest of their lives, and would think twice before going on another camping trip. Creepy mutant strange deer. A Texas trail camera recently captured the footage of a mutant creature walking through the woods at night. Though this strange mutant creature had the body of a deer, its head was what captured the attention. It seemed to have long flaps in the place of ears, covering the whole of its face. This video left everyone wondering whether this, the result of a genetic anomaly, a product of disease, or something far more mysterious was roaming around in the Texas wilderness. Mysterious forest dweller. Appalachian mountains are notorious for strange occurrences and sightings, and this next one made it all the more terrifying for those who dare to venture into. This trail camera captured a tall, skinny, dark-bodied creature passing through the dense trees of the forest. No one knows where it was headed, but one thing was clear. It was a creature of the night. Now the question is, could this be a cryptid, a forest spirit, or something inexplicable? The debate goes on, and fair warning to those who still plan to explore the Appalachian Mountains. This one is still out there. Alien-like creature. In another startling video that took the internet by storm was this one where an alien-like creature was caught walking, proudly showcasing its otherworldly features. With its pointy ears, skeletal body, and small limbs, the creature's unnatural appearance was heightened by its glowing eyes. That seemed to pierce through the darkness. It walked a little unevenly though that just added to its unsettling aura. Now, was this really proof of extraterrestrial life among us, or just another hoax? Tell us your theories down below. Alien in the woods. The woods are filled with wonders of its own, but who knew? One day, one hiker may end up finding an alien, and that too hidden beneath a pile of branches. It looked lifeless though, and its skeletal figure with long, thin arms, pointed ears along with a gaping mouth. Its frail, otherworldly appearance left many wondering whether there are more of these creatures lurking in the depths of these woods. More importantly, what happened to it? How did it end up here? And what could it have possibly done to deserve this? So many questions, and no answer. Ghost in the Well. While walking through the woods, this explorer came across an old well, which seemed to have been abandoned for quite a long time. But when he peeked inside, that wasn't the case anymore.
Как-то мрачно, очень мрачно. Еще и в колодце что-то шипит. Может, ужик?
Two glowing eyes stared right back at him. Some creature had made this well its home, and it seemed to be protective of it as well. And the way the guy fled the scene soon after definitely showed how creeped out he was with the whole experience. What was that smoky apparition, and what was it doing down there in the dark? Most importantly, how long had it been there? All these questions and no answers. Hospital ghost. A security guard was on a nightly patrol of the hospital when his routine evening took an unexpected turn, and he ended up catching a ghostly presence on camera. Initially, this wheelchair looked like an ordinary thing, but the real trouble began when the thing started moving on its own, as if by an invisible hand, or rather some entity was occupying it. The guard just stood there motionless, unable to explain this strange, eerie phenomenon. I mean, that was a pretty standard reaction to such an experience. If you've encountered a ghost, share your experience in the comments. Pokong. What looked to be an abandoned building turned out to be not so abandoned after all when this guy got a look at this site while going up through the elevators. A Pokong, a ghost from Indonesian folklore, was seen standing eerily still with its head bowed. Traditionally described as a shrouded corpse bound by its burial cloth, Pokong is believed to arise from its grave-seeking vengeance. However, what was more creepy was the way this mythical creature stood still without moving an inch, as if to lure the unsuspecting victims right into its wicked grasp. Sasquatch in the woods. These guys were exploring deep into the woods. Little did they know their expedition was going to take a shocking turn, and they will come face to face with a Sasquatch. An 11 to 14 foot tall Sasquatch looked right at them, its eyes glowing in the camera light, and with the dark background of the forest and night made it all the more terrifying. This legendary cryptid, often described as a massive ape-like creature, has long been the subject of folklore and debate. On the other hand, Sasquatch enthusiasts had a field day with this find, though. This was all the evidence they needed to confirm what they had been saying all along. Black ape-like creature. A black furry creature was found roaming the fields in the middle of the night. The footage wasn't visible much, however. The creature's dark look along with its black eyes sent the message loud and clear. It was not to be messed with, and its hungry look was just the final warning. After this video began circulating on the internet, people began wondering about the origins of this creature. Some speculated it might be the long-forgotten dire wolf, now gone extinct, while others believed it to be yet another sighting of the Bigfoot. Tell us your theories regarding this. Satanic ritual in mountains. People who say mountains are calling when needing a vacation probably won't go after seeing what got caught happening in this mountainside. A group of people all decked out in white got captured doing some kind of a ritual that frankly looked a lot more satanic than any other. And what was even more creepy was the fact that they were circled around something or someone. Who were these people? And what was this ritual for? This still remains a mystery. Forest Nightcrawler. This trail camera ended up capturing two rather strange cryptids roaming around the woods in the middle of the night. They were white and seemed to have long legs. After this video began circulating the internet, people came up with a bunch of theories to figure out these strange creatures. The most plausible one turned out to be the cryptid known Nightcrawler that had been rumored to be spotted walking around Fresno. for over a century. This creature was known for its tiny head that seems to be connected directly to its long pair of legs, and they fit the description exactly. However, what these guys were doing out there and where did they come from, that still remains to be known. Weird Skinwalker. You've probably seen a lot of cryptid sightings, but surely none like this, because it's the weirdest. In a small town in Dallas, Texas, a man heard very weird noises at night. He didn't check at that time, but the next day, when he reviewed his CCTV footage, he was puzzled. A skinwalker was moving in a weird way outside his house. No one knows where it came from, or what exactly it was trying to do. It was the right decision by the man not to go outside at that time. Otherwise, this weird activity could have turned into a creepy encounter. Camping encounter. Back in 2016, a couple went camping in the woods, and everything was fine. But when they were going to sleep, something unexpected happened. They felt some strange movement around them, and when they came out of their camp to check, they were terrified. A scary figure was watching them from behind the wall, and because of the darkness, only its face was visible. They instantly left their camp and went home, which I would say was the right decision. Goatman. You wouldn't believe what cryptid creature this trail camera ended up capturing. The 7-foot-tall, half-goat, half-man creature called the Goatman. The creature that once existed in the urban legends of Maryland, Louisiana, and Texas has turned out to be real. Its menacing reputation ranges from young couples disappearing to prowling neighborhoods, hunting pets, and even breaking into homes for sinister reasons. Its origins still remain unclear, with some claiming it was an experiment gone wrong, while others believe it was a man driven mad after his goats mysteriously passed away. Forest Skinwalker. A weird creature was reported roaming around in the forest at night. With the help of dense cover of trees, it managed to hide itself. That is, until this camera caught it. Now some believe it to be the Skinwalker, and its unsettling and eerie appearance did support that theory. The creature known in folklore for its ability to shapeshift and mimic. What was it doing out there, hiding behind that tree? And where did it come from? All this still remains to be seen. However, since then, people have gone crazy figuring this forest creature out. Let us know what you guys think it is. Monstrous creature of night. A Muslim traveler was wandering through the unknown when all of a sudden he came face to face with his worst nightmare.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
As soon as he set his eyes upon this dark creature, he immediately began praying, which showed how frightening this creature's presence must have been. It had a jet-black body, glowing eyes, animalistic face, and hands that had long, pointed fingers. It looked like it was quietly assessing the intruder and was ready to pounce at any given moment. Now the internet went wild with theories of their own. Some suggested it may have been the legendary Goatman, while others claimed it was yet another unknown monstrous creature. So, what exactly was it? Scary cryptid.
What? What the hell is wrong with you?
This boy was screaming at the top of his lungs as he jumped off his little car and began running, warning the other kid to stay away. What was he running away from? Turns out, only a few moments later, a figure emerged from the woods behind them, which was also running at full speed. It was cloaked in all black with only its white face visible. The footage ended there. So no one knows what became of those kids. Did they reach safety, or did that creature get to them? And why was this creature after them in the first place? All this still remains a mystery. Ghost in a tree. Ghosts take all kinds of forms and are found in the darkest of places. However, this next ghost was found standing on a tree. With dark black hair, it stood on a tree branch, with its white cloak flowing about in the nightly breeze. It seemed it stared right at the onlooker, waiting for the right moment perhaps. Was this a vengeful ghost, or something else entirely? Or was it just another elaborate hoax? Tell us what you guys think about this. Black Shadow. In the middle of the night, illuminated by only a street light, this dark road had an eerie stillness to it. All of a sudden, this trail camera captured something in the bottom right corner. It looked like a black shadow moving across the road. Initially, it seemed human-like, but taking a closer look revealed that it may be some other being entirely. However, a while later, a few shots banged in the background, disturbing the calm night. This video made tons of rounds on the internet, with people coming up with theories of all kinds, from plausible to downright bizarre. What do you think might have happened here? Something supernatural or maybe a crime? Bigfoot or Dogman? In a yet another strange turn of events, this trail camera in the forest was originally meant to capture animal behavior, but what it ended up capturing was something truly shocking. There, lumbering through the forest, was a massive creature that was effortlessly carrying a giant tree limb, as if it weighed nothing. Could this be the elusive Bigfoot, known for its incredible strength and size? Or could this be the fearsome Dogman, rumored to stalk the woods? What do you guys think? My money is on the Bigfoot. Strange alien-like creature? If you had trouble believing in the existence of extraterrestrial life before, after watching this video, you may have to rethink that. An alien-like creature was seen being stuffed into a box, which suggested it was lifeless, and the way it was wrapped in some kind of a net further confirmed that theory. It also showed how this creature might have been captured and may have gone through a terrible treatment at the hands of those who caught it. The real question is whether this creature was really a being that belonged from another world, or some supernatural being. Strange entity. While going through a dark road in the middle of the night, this man was recording his night drive when he captured something crossing the road up ahead. It moved so fast, it was hard to figure out first what it was. Some believed it was a giant spider given the way it moved swiftly across. But upon taking a closer look, it turned out to be a creature that was moving on all fours. From what could be seen, it seemed it had long limbs. Can't help but wonder whether it was running away from something, given how creepy it was. Don't even want to imagine what it must be running away from, right? Brazilian Dogman. In the depths of the thick Brazilian forest, a terrible encounter took place when a couple of explorers were walking at night and ran into this frightening creature. With its glowing eyes, the thick black fur of the Dogman was so dark it was hardly visible in the glow of flashlight and seemed to blend with the background of the forest. And the way the creature stared at the onlookers, it was clear it was not happy being discovered like that, and hid beneath the thick, dense bushes. So, it's better to stay away from this part of the forest. Michigan strange forest creature. A trail camera in Michigan forest captured the movement of an unsuspecting deer, but when they looked past it, they realized there was another terrifying being lurking behind in the forest trees. While the footage was not that clear, some people speculated it to be the Michigan Bigfoot, known to roam around these parts of the woods, scaring everyone that dared to cross its path. Was that truly the Bigfoot? Or was another mysterious creature haunting the woods? Whatever it was, one thing was clear. It was not to be messed with. Fascinating encounter. A pack of wolves got eerily close to the trail camera, resulting in one of the rarest captures. These wolves got really curious while hunting for a prey they had been tracking for more than a week, because the owner of the camera had seen them before, but not like this. The eerie stillness of this dark night, combined with their stealthily coordinated movements, would send a chill down anyone's spine seeing these apex predators this close. The subscriber's pick. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day, armed with just flashlights. This group of people went out to explore the forest in the middle of the night, having no idea that a shocking surprise was just waiting for them in the middle of the dark path. At first, it seemed like a ghostly white figure was just sitting there, as if it had been waiting for them all along. Terrified of its presence, these guys didn't dare to get closer, not even to take a better look. But then one of them dared to run right to it. What did he aim to do? We have no clue. Maybe he meant to capture. Sadly, the clip ended there. So what happened to this bunch now remains a mystery.